So what do we have to consider when playing post flop as a short stack or against a short stack? Equity protection is now more important than in a situation where we are deeper stacked, 40, 50, or 60 big blinds. 25 big blind poker or 20 big blind 30. So basically short stack poker is a protection game. That means we want to think about how do we protect our equity. Just think about several outcomes. We bet the flop, we get raised, or we get jammed on, or we get raised and he jams the turn and we have to fold in the hand. So now, since it's not so likely anymore that we will show down our hand, we have to think about, okay, maybe we should put it in the checking hand and our checking range. So how to protect your hand is, as a short stack, more important as a deep stack. And where you are, let's say, 100 big blinds deep and you have a weak draw, you can easily bet. Because when you get raised, you have the implied odds, you can easily call. He cannot go all in on the turn, so we can keep calling on the turn. So here we're going to see 5 cards anyway. But here with 25 big blinds, it's a little bit different. So we don't want to bet fold hands that have relatively high equity. In general, when playing as a short stack, you can apply smaller sizings. That means you can also use higher c-bet frequencies. And that is also caused by our opponents being more capped. Remember, with 20, 25 big blinds, you go all in with ace queen, ace king, pocket tens, pocket nines, pocket eights, ace jack, pocket sevens, king queen suited. So a bunch of hands that are very, very strong are not in our opponent's post-flop range. So in general, when constructing our c-betting range, it should be more polarized. What does it mean to be more polarized? I'm going to come to that later, where I will go more in depth, and also I'm going to show you some hands in Piro Solver and real hand examples. In this video today, we have to cover, or we have to do more hands in Piro Solver due to the fact that it really visualize you how certain strategies apply as a short stack. The stack to pot ratio becomes smaller, so we have to go broke lighter and play more aggressively on the flop. Again, here later on, we're going to cover several situations. Remember, I don't want to just talk about, yeah, you can be lighter, you can be more aggressive. I want to show you right away, what does it mean in certain situations? I want to give you some rule of thumbs you can hold on, you can implement in your game right away. Very often we are talking about here stack to pot ratio of 3.5 to 1, or it can be 3 to 1, 4 to 1. So something in that region. So we have roughly 3 times, 4 times pot size, or a 3 times pot size bet behind, or 4 times the pot behind. So since we're getting shorter and shorter and the value of a top pair, even the second pair increases, and now it's also worth for our opponent to check jam flush draws, open and straight draws, the check raise likelihood increases in general. So that's why we need to think more, hey, stop, we cannot just bet everything, because now we are it's likely we're going to face the threat of getting check raised, and then we have to fold our hands. So we have to pick our hands wisely, which hands to bet, which hands to check. But I will give you very, very simple rule of thumbs, very simple rules you can implement your game. So playing post-flop as a short stack, it's the same again and again, the same spiel. So it's not so complicated. We have an even bigger range advantage post-flop. So remember, I just mentioned it. Not only people, it makes a lot of sense to rejam, let's say pocket tens, pocket eights, your pocket pairs in general, ace queen, ace jack type of hands when you have 20, 25 big blinds. So you don't have those hands in your post-flop range. So for the flat caller, it means his range is more capped. Also, when he plays against a 25 big blind stack, he would 3-bet call these kind of hands I just mentioned. So by keeping that by taking that into account, you can define his post-flop range way better. And when you think about someone flat calling with effectively 20, 25 big blinds, even 30 big blinds, his range consists of something along the line of Queen Jack suited, Jack 10 suited, 10 9 suited, King 10 suited, King Queen King Jack off. So very Broadway heavy, and maybe some suited aces. So his range is very easy readable, and you can abuse that post-flop. You can make better decisions, and this is an ability you definitely need to have in your game. Depending on the stack size, putting your opponent better on a range. So at the end, there are more exploitative plays possible. On an 8 high board, you know, okay, it doesn't hit his range at all. You can see that tremendously wide. On a Jack 10 3 board, you should be very careful and not bluff that much.